Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Shoe Snob unboxing videos, one take wonders. Here we are with something new, something exciting, something amazing. Let's get into it. So, some of you might have heard Gaziano Girling, the famous British makers who make arguably some of the best shoes the world has ever seen, has recently released a new line called the Optimum line. And what that is, and I'm not sure if this idea sprouted from the nature of the last few months and the way the world has somewhat changed with, I guess, let's call it a inability to travel as frequently. But basically, the new Optimum line is a pure handmade line. It's basically a bespoke line without all the features of fitting that bespoke gives you. So essentially, you get everything but a custom last that the bespoke line would get you, which makes, in my head, a lot of sense. In essence, if you are a guy that can fit a standard shoe or gal, and there's no need to get a custom last, but you want the highest quality possible, and you want to be able to pick and select your likings and your details, but again, you don't have a strange foot, you don't need a custom fit, then it makes sense not to have to pay for that extra detail that you don't necessarily need. So on top of that, bespoke comes with travel, comes with fittings. Travel, i.e. if you don't live in the UK, obviously you got to get to them or they got to come to you, both of which have been very extremely difficult in the last year and a half or thereabouts. And so this new line, I presume, has come somewhat as a forced measure to still be able to provide the best quality possible that G&G can do without the custom fitting element to it, which I'm sure there's a lot of guys who wear their regular shoes that may want to upgrade the quality but fit just fine in a standard last and don't feel they need anything beyond that. So here's a new way to get that without, like I said, paying for the extra of the custom fittings, the customs last, because all those things have charges because they are expenses and or they are extra time. So the new Optimum line, let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so just briefly touching on some of the details that G&G provided me. The Optimum line comes with the bespoke boxes, which are very nice, very sturdy, somewhat heavy boxes, but you can tell this is of the highest quality of this kind of material, paper-like material, whatever it is. It's almost like a I forget the name, like a Teflon type looking material. Obviously it's not Teflon, but anyway, beautiful box, got a very cool design, and that is a lovely felt, kind of like, it gives the appearance of like a beautiful suede, but it's like a felt type material, which is really nice. G&G shoes, I believe all of them come with a little kind of explanation card that talks about design, comfort, where they're made, upper materials, the soles, the construction, etc., etc. It's a nice touch to just kind of answer all the questions one might have with regards to the shoes they just bought. All right, so let's take a look again. Inside, nicely packaged. You got another beautiful kind of, I don't know how to call this, I forget the name of this, but it's a very soft yet thick. You can see it has two sides, it's not one side, two sides sewn together. So it's got extra thickness. It's like again, like a felt type thing. You get the bespoke bags, which are so nice. These can protect the shoes pretty much through anything. They are very thick. They are fleece on the outside. Fleece everywhere, fleece lined as well, and they have what looks like a little pocket for some shoe polish or a travel shoehorn, which is a smart little detail right there. All right, you have this very unique divider, which I think is quite cool. This is, I don't know this material, but how to describe it? It's like a foam-like material that you can basically do anything with, and it maintains its shape. It doesn't break. This is great because when your beautiful shoes have heavy, robust shoe trees, this is a good way from the shoe tree hitting the toe. The shoe tree of one shoe hitting the toe of the next shoe. So smart that this is not just paper or whatever. This is an actual, very durable, very flexible, very protective piece. All right, let's get the other shoe. I don't know if any extra goodies come with these, to be honest. Clearly G&G sent me these for the purpose of the video. This is not even a pair, so could be that you get a few more gifts. I'm not entirely sure. It'd be best to inquire with them on that matter. Let's take a look. So like I said, I didn't get sent a pair. Clearly, I've already looked at the shoes, but I got sent 2 different shoes from the Optimum line. All right, check these beauties out. So let's have a look at one. This is like a dark kind of purplish aubergine color on a deco last. Very beautiful hand stitched seam there. Very lovely piece, very clean. It's a very elegant shoe and a very unique color. All right, and the other one, of course, is the classic St. James model. It's kind of the iconic model for Gaziano Girling, the one they hold dear to their hearts, the one that has been thoroughly giving inspiration to many other shoemakers around the world, so to speak. Yeah, beautiful shoe. I've always loved the reddish brown color on the TG73 last, but with a little bit more handwork done on it to make it a little bit extra sharp on the soles there. Very beautiful. All right, so let's get into it. I don't know how many of you have seen Gaziano Girling bespoke shoes in real life, but I've seen plenty as I've spent ample time in their factory. And I even had a pair myself way back when. So again, like I said, the beauty of this line, or the point of this line, is to offer you Gaziano Girling's highest form of quality and craftsmanship, but without a bespoke fitting, i.e. a customized last. So if you want the best quality there is that they have to offer, but don't want to necessarily go through all the fittings and don't need it, this is the line for you. I already know from the buzz in the shoe industry, and I'm not gonna say shoe industry, but the online shoe world, a lot of people cannot fathom or understand the pricing behind these shoes. And that's because a lot of people just think about self, and they don't think about others in the world and what they may like, or they're comparing apples and oranges. So let's get into the price so we can touch on this point. The non-VAT price, so basically, I believe that's now anybody outside of England. I don't really know what's going on with Brexit in theory, in reality. But in theory, the UK is now its own entity, so everybody outside no longer pays British VAT. So sucks for guys in the UK, but great for everybody else. The prices for the shoes start at £2,750, and the boots start at £3,000. So there's a lot of scoffing at these prices online. I've read comments, people can't fathom why. People think, oh, but you can buy a Chinese made shoe from one of the rising brands for half that. And yeah, that's true. Will it be as good as Gaziano Girling? That's subjective. Everybody has their preference. Everybody values different things differently. But at the same time, if a country pays their workers $1 an hour and another pays their workers $15 an hour, there's going to be a huge difference in the retail price of that shoe. One must also take into account profit margins and mathematical markups. So if one shoe cost $100 to make in labor because they pay $1 an hour, it's far different than $1,500 for $15 an hour. So, you know, you got to take these things into account. Gaziano Girling can't price like somebody in Southeast Asia. It's not possible. They'd basically be going out of business and or losing money on the shoes. So, you know, if let's just say leathers are the same, etc., you know, what you have in differentiation, sorry, I can't pronounce that word so well, is, you know, time spent on the shoes. So finishing details, obviously this patina was created by hand. That's a hand coloring, that takes time, that adds to cost. The hand stitch here, again, is a feature that takes time. This is difficult work, and I must say it is flawless work. It's very beautiful. G&G has always had amazing closers. And this work is, needless to say, top notch. Back to the point. Assuming everything is the same quality wise, the difference is when you get a shoe in Southeast Asia, South America, America, Europe, etc., are going to be how much the workers cost, how much you pay your workers for their time. And those factors, even a $5 difference, makes a huge difference in the retail price because you have a 2.5 to 3 times markup on that. That usually equates to hundreds of dollars. In this case, potentially even 1,000, because of the amount of time it takes to make one of these immaculate shoes. A lot of people don't actually understand the amount of time it takes to make a true handmade shoe. None of this bull crap that everybody says online, handmade this, handmade that, made in a factory with machines. If this is truly made by hand, with the only machine being the sewing machine that stitches the upper together, then I can tell you from firsthand experience, there's a lot of time put into that. And that time equals cost, equals money. And essentially, a lot of that is what you pay for when you go, you know, fully handmade and or bespoke. You're paying for the time. You're paying for the attention to detail. You're paying for the flawlessness. You could have the same quality leather on the regular line, but you're gonna get a finishing that makes it look 5 times better. The regular shoes don't look as shined as this, don't have as much kind of, you know, attention to detail as this, and those things cost. So yeah, they are dear in price, but again, value is what you perceive. Some guys live a lifestyle where it's important to have the highest quality there is. Other guys wish they could afford it and then go online and talk trash because they can't and they think it's stupid, but in reality, if they probably had $1 billion, they would probably buy this without thinking about it. So again, the shoes cost. The worth is up to you though. I can tell you the beauty is there, the quality is there, the finishing is there. You can see, I mean, it'll be hard in this video to see all the details. Definitely gonna try to add a little bit more closer close-ups of all the details that the shoes offer. But you have a handmade shoe here with all the bells and whistles that come with that. The waist, gorgeous. The fiddleback, beautiful. The detailing, top notch. The stitching, flawless. The fudging, flawless. The little notch on the heel, flawless. The heel stack, beautifully beveled. And what I like about this is it's not overly beveled. It's very subtle. And it's not too high. You know, this is maybe 1 1/8 inch heel, which is perfect. Has beautiful balance. Lovely shoe. The deco last, obviously this last is a little bit more elongated. The heel, well, that's interesting. the heel actually looks a sliver higher. That could just be my own mind, but could be that they do that for the deco because the deco has a longer last. So to keep proportions, they might have a little bit more of a slope on the last there. Again, beautiful shoes. Just trying to show you as many details as I can. Lovely sole as usual. And a beautiful notch there, kind of almost spade-like. See the notch on the sole? Nice touch. Definitely by hand that has to be done. So, you know, this is G&G at its finest. This is handmade at its finest. This is pure raw talent in craftsmanship at its finest. Whether or not you're willing to pay for that is another story, but I think it was a smart idea of G&G to offer this line. Again, we don't all need bespoke fittings. So if we don't need a bespoke fitting, but we want the best quality, why would we want to pay for an extra feature we don't need? That just doesn't make logical sense to anybody that uses logic. So again, I think it was smart for G&G to kind of offer this midway between. On top of that, yes, because the market is rising in competition and a lot of brands are making handmade shoes. I'm not gonna lie, they're definitely not at this caliber. You know, again, G&G take pride in making arguably the best shoes in the world. It's what they're known for. And they're consistently maintaining that bar, you know, as not to fall short. And they don't here. They continue with that quality. They continue with that beauty. You know a G&G shoe because it's recognizable as some of the finest. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm biased. Tony and Dean are my friends. They helped me a lot. But I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I made it a point to learn from them is because prior to them being my friends, I thought they were the best. And I think if you wanna be the best, you gotta learn from the best. So, you know, of course, my videos about them will naturally be biased because I look up to them. They've taught me a lot, I respect them, and I wanna support them, and I wanna see their brand always doing well. But again, at the same time, I never lie and fluff about things that aren't real. I'm telling you the truth because that's what it is. Again, value of cost will be in the eye of the beholder. Many people will scoff at the price, mainly because probably they can't afford it. If you could, you'd buy these because at the end of the day, they're amazing shoes. G&G shoes are comfortable. You feel the quality when you wear them. Anybody who's a G&G fan knows that. Anybody who's not a G&G owner can't know that because they've never experienced it. But yeah, interesting to see. Great line. I look forward to seeing what people create out of this line. And I look forward to seeing its reception in the market and how well it does. Just thought I'd show you the trees. Let's do a quick look. Sorry, talking more about the price and everything, but want to give you a bit of the details. Hollowed out shoe trees, very beautiful shape. These obviously come with the shoes. When you are spending that much, it's natural that you'd get a lasted shoe tree. A nice little spring, lightweight. So yes, the beautiful shoe trees, very lovely. They also come in different colors, but I was sent these kind of antiqued natural ones, which are very nice. Inside of the shoe, excuse me, beautiful lining as always, typical of G&G. Pretty sure it's the standard lining, top of the line. You can see the hand welted marks on the insole, which is, excuse me, it's always a nice sight to see to confirm the real handmade accusations in any shoe. If you see nail holes from them pounding the stitching the welt in the upper onto the insole, great in the welt, then you know it was actually a handmade shoe. If that is clean, then it's just a Goodyear welted shoe. So yeah, stick these back in. The Optimum line, it's hard to praise them more. You know, I always want to pick out a flaw in my videos, because if I'm too nice, it just sounds like all I do is praise. But in reality, there are no flaws to pick out. I'd be making them up if I was. And yeah, let me just do a quick double check of everything just to be sure. But again, the only flaws I would be picking are ones to be nitpicky, and I'm not nitpicky because I just think it's silly. If something truly doesn't matter, for all intents and purposes, these are flawless shoes. And yeah, too bad they're not a pair. Those I'd definitely be keeping. But anyway, we got lots more to come. I actually have other G&G shoes to be showing you, but I thought I'd start with this Optimum Series 1. I actually have a pile of shoes that I have to unbox and review. So in the coming weeks, months, there's gonna be a lot of content. So do stay tuned. Do check out G&G's new Optimum line. Again, for those that want the highest quality the shoe industry has to offer, this is where it's gonna be. Of course, there are many other amazing makers in the world, but G&G, like I said, has always held a special place in my heart. Tony and Dean are good friends, and I love to support their brand. They are part of the ones that gave me inspiration to become who I am today. So a thank you to them as well for helping me and inspiring me. And yeah, if you want the finest things in life, check these shoes out. You won't be disappointed. Wishing everybody a great day. I hope you continue to enjoy all the videos and content that I put out, in the hopes to further grow the shoe industry. Not the shoe industry, but the passion side of the shoe industry, the good shoe industry, the shoe industry that cares, that makes for passion and not just for whatever profit margin. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks again. Please do like, share, spread this video, spread this content. If we want to make the shoe industry better, that's going to be the first step. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.